Welcome to my top 10 fantasy manga series that the main character has an overpowered or has a cheat ability that I recommend you to read. But before I start, make sure you like, subscribe and click the notification bell for more video. You can also follow us on Instagram or Facebook page, and if you have a concern, please leave a message. Link in the title or in the description below. Without further ado, let's get into the list. Number 10. Or Subete wo, Parry, Suru. This is the tale of a man who had mastered how to parry. At the age of 12, a young boy named Noru had decided to train himself in the mountains after being rejected by the capital's official training centers for being talentless. He believed that, with enough hard work and effort, he could one day become like the protagonists that populate his childhood stories. Full of determination, he would practice every day with his makeshift wooden sword, endlessly repeating the only sword technique he knew: parry. The hours turned into days, the days turned into months, and the months turned into years. Eventually, he had trained this one skill to such an extreme that he could snap 1,000 Number 9. Saisoku Musou no B-kyuu Mahou Tsukai, Ippatsu Utareru me ni Senpatsu Uchikaesu. Sky Vincent was born in a world where people are judged on magic rather than the quality of their character. So it was inevitable that when his first magic testing came in and he had the weakest magic power available, he was immediately disgraced by his family. Walking in the forest, he met a wandering mage who informed him of the secret of his power. While his magic is minuscule, it can negate other types of magic. However, while his magic isn't suitable for a few slow massive attacks, it is perfect for 100 quick little ones. Can Sky train up his magic so he can go from a laughingstock to the most powerful wizard in the world with a harem at his knees? Number 8. KANCHIGAI no Atelier Master Kurt was restructured from the hero party, Flame Dragon Fang, and was actually the owner of the appropriate rank SSS, which has reached the realm of God except for combat. Kurt, who does not know such a thing, surprises the people around him without knowing his ability. As a result, he becomes a studio owner, Atelier Meister, who gathers many adventurers and saves them without noticing the crisis of the country and the world. As a matter of fact, can Kurt accurately grasp his own ability and correct his misunderstanding? Number 7. Senki to Yobareta Otoko, Ouke ni Ansatsu Saretara Musume wo Hiroi, Issho ni Slow Life wo Hajimeru. The kingdom's mercenary Ordal, also known as the War Demon, is feared by enemies and allies alike. Although he is meant to win every battle, he is assassinated the day after a ceasefire agreement with a neighboring country is concluded. After pretending to be dead, he manages to escape and decides to head home, shaving his beard and shortening his long hair. Immediately before arriving at the village, Ordal picks up a 5-year-old little girl who calls him her Papa. The strongest mercenary, who suddenly becomes the father of a 5-year-old child, even though he isn't married, eventually develops into the strongest parent. Number 6. The Reincarnation magician of the Inferior eyes. Abel was a genius magician who held immense power in a world where the color of your eyes indicates how powerful you are. However, the strength that came with his amber eyes was so great, even his comrades looked at him with fear and contempt. He therefore decided to transfer his soul far into the future, hoping to find a paradise that accepts him. He would soon find out that people's attitude regarding his eye color did change, but not quite the way he had imagined. Number 5. I became a legend a decade later after telling my comrades to leave everything to me and retreat. First, the hero's party was attacked by a large group of powerful devils. The party will no doubt be annihilated. The strongest mage, Raku, decided to stop the enemies in their tracks. Raku mindlessly defeated the enemies, over and over again. Using his special skill, learning, Raku learned the devil's magic. As he studied and utilized the devil's abilities such as Drain Touch, he continued fighting, without rest nor sleep. The devils got stronger and stronger, but Raku too rapidly grew. Raku battled for 10 years, until no devils came at him. Raku returned to the capital, and was surprised. His own name became the currency, and a gigantic statue of him. Due to him relentlessly absorbing the vitality of the devils, he had become young again. Raku concealed his true identity, and decided to pretend being a novice adventurer. Raku, disguising as a F rank warrior despite being an S rank mage. Number 4. Shinmai Ossan Bouken-sha, Psycho Paati ni Shinu Hodokute Rarit Muteki ni Naru. It is common knowledge that it is best to become an adventurer when you are as young as possible. It is common knowledge that it is best to become an adventurer when you are as young as possible, because the magical power that is the basis of an adventurer's strength will hardly grow if you don't train it while you are young. But this man, Rick Gladiator, who became an adventurer when he was over 30 years old, had the combat power of an S-rank adventurer, the highest rank in the world. In fact, Rick has lived an unimaginable life with the members of the legendary Orichalcon Fist, a party of the continent's strongest adventurers. Number 3. The Galactic Navy officer becomes an adventurer. The spaceship which Imperial Galactic Navy officer Alan Corinth helmed was shot down by a surprise attack during hyperspace navigation. Completely due to freak coincidence, Alan became the only one in the ship to survive. The severely damaged spaceship lost its navigation capabilities and plummeted onto a nearby planet. Using an escape pod, Alan headed toward the planet alone. Thus began Alan's quest for survival on the underdeveloped planet utilizing the symbiotic nanomachines, Nanum, within his body. Surprisingly, the planet was home to a thriving human civilization whose genetic code closely resembled Alan's own. Even while remaining at a loss due to being thrown into a world of swords and magic, he tries to live as best he could together with his newfound comrades. What would Alan achieve this strange world? The sci-fi fantasy story in a medieval setting now begins. Number 2. Living in this world with cut and paste, a world where God will grant abilities called skills to those who come of age. The protagonist,